Okay, now I want to show you how to solve this problem. It's actually a WAEC question and it has to do with isometric drawing. So let's read what we have here. We have that the diagram below shows the orthographic view of a lever in third angle. Draw full size the isometric view of the lever, making X the lowest point. Alright, what we are given here is the orthographic views of the lever as mentioned in the question, and the orthographic views are drawn in third angle. As you know that in third angle projection we have the plan above the front elevation and the end elevation is always beside the front elevation in third angle projection, unlike in first angle projection in which we have the front elevation being above the plan. So if this happens to be a first angle projection of orthographic, we are going to have this front elevation above the plan. The front elevation will be here and the plan will be here and the end elevation will be here. So that's different between the first angle projection and the third angle projection of orthographic views. Alright, we are asked to draw the isometric view of the lever, meaning that we have to put these together. So to do that, we need to learn what dimensions or the dimensions of this object. So looking at what we have here, let me start with the front elevation. Okay, so in the front elevation, I believe you can see this clearly. So we have the thickness from here to here, that is the distance. So the distance from here to here is 15 mm. From here to here is 15 mm. And from here to here is 4. From here to here is 4. From here to here is 10. From here to here is 5. From here to here is 4. From here to here is 5. And then we have that distance from here to here is 25. So we need to take note of that. And then what we see here, so is what we have here, what we have in the plan. So the total length of the plan is from here to here is 60, and from here to here is 20, which is the radius of this curve, this semicircle that we have here. The radius is 20 mm. So 20 plus 60 will give us 80. So that's 80. And the radius of the diameter of this circle is 14 mm. And then distance from here to here, which is distance from here to here, is 35. And from here to here, distance from here, from this point to this point here, is 10, making 45 mm. So and then the thickness from here to here is 10 as we have in the plan, and distance from here to here is 40 as we have in the end elevation, not the plan, in the end elevation. So let's take note of that. So I'm going to make use of these dimensions to produce the object in orthographic view. So the first thing that we are going to do is that, so we draw the horizontal projection line. As we all know that the two receding sides of the isometric view is always at angle 30 degrees to the horizontal projection plane. So I'm going to draw a line in this direction and also at an angle 30 degrees. I'm making use of 30 degree side of my set square, as you know, and this also goes in this direction. So this is going to be the lowest point, as we have in the question, that we should make X the lowest point, which is this point or this point, as we have in the question. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to take a measurement of 35, which is distance from here to here, 35, and then I will take 10 again, which is distance from here to here. So I'm going to draw, you will see what I'm going to draw now. So So I will take 35, 10. So this is 35. This is 35. And this is 10. Okay. Then on this side, I'm going to take 40. How do I get that 40? So that means the distance from here to here in the plan. Distance from here to here, it is not dimensioned here, but we know that the radius from here to here is 20, and from here to here is 20. So 20 plus 20 will give us 40, meaning that distance from here to here is 20, from here to here is 20. That will give us 40. So I'm going to take distance 40 mm here. So this is 40 mm. Okay, so that's 40. So here I produce a vertical line. So vertical line. So produce a vertical line here. And here also I produce a vertical line. And then here I will also draw a vertical line. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to take 15 mm. So 15 mm. So this is 15. Okay. So that 15 mm. So I'll take it here and I will transfer it here. And then, okay, so take it to the other side. Then, so take it here. So as we know that the total height is 40, the total height is 40, the height is 40. So I'm going to take a measurement of 40 mm. Measurement of 40 mm here. So from here, take 40 mm. So this is 40. So this is 40 mm. Okay. So and then at this point, I will draw a vertical line. So draw a vertical line, then this 40 will be transferred to the other side. And then I'm going to draw this. So transfer this backward, and then so this goes backward a bit. So and then so from here I will take 10 mm down, as we have here that the thickness from here to here is 10. As we have here from here to here is what? Is 10 mm. This is 10 mm. So I will take this 10 mm. I take 10 mm down. So this is 10. So I will also produce this. Okay. Alright, so this goes backwards. Alright, so as we have in the question, the distance from here to here, from this point, so from here to the center of this small circle is 25, and then we have that from here to here is 20, which is distance from this point to this end there is 20. So we have 25 plus 20, that is 45. So I'll take a measurement of 45 mm from here. So take a measurement of 45 mm from here. So this is 45. Okay, so that's 45. So I will transfer this to the other side. Okay, Alright, then I'll also bring it down here. Alright, so we have what? We have this. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I want to get this isometric circle first. I want to draw this isometric circle first. That is the first thing I'm going to do. And so what I'm going to do is this. As we know that the radius from here to here is 20. From here to here is 20 mm. So 20 mm. So what I'm going to do is this. So I'll take a measurement of 20 mm from this end. So this is 20 mm here. So take a measurement of 20 mm. Then I will transfer this to the other side. So transfer it to the other side. So this is it. Then I'm going to divide this. This distance from here to here is 40 mm. So I divide it into let me divide into 8 equal parts. 8 equal parts. So 40 by 8. So 40 by, okay, before that, let me get the midpoint of this. Let me get the midpoint of that, means I have 20 here. Okay, I have 20 here, so I need that. So that's very important. Just follow me. I'm using another method to construct the isometric circle. That is what I want to do. So I don't want to use 4 center method. So I want to use another method. So which you also need to learn. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I don't want to use 4 center method that I have taught before. So then I want to divide this. So distance from here to here is what? Is 20. From here to here is also 20. So I will divide this into 4. So let me call it 0.0. So this is 0 here. So here I have 0. So so I will divide this into 4. So 20 by 4 is 5. So that means I have 1, 2, so 3, and this is the 4th one. Then the same, this is 1, 2, and this is 3. So okay, so I will number this as this is 1, and this is 2, this is 3, and this is the 4th one. And here also I have 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th one. So I have what? I have this. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I will transfer this point to the other side. Transfer this point to the other side. So alright, so transfer this to this end, transfer this to this end, and so this also goes like this, this goes like this, and this also moves to the other end, and this is the last one. Alright, so now next thing I'm going to do is that I will come somewhere here and draw the horizontal line. Then I will draw a vertical line. Draw a vertical line here. So call this point here, the point of intersection of the horizontal and the vertical, I will call it 0. Then I will take my compass, take a measurement of 20 mm on my ruler. Take a measurement of 20 mm on my ruler. So this is 20 mm. So then I will put it here and draw a semicircle. Draw a semicircle. Alright, so I only need one part of this semicircle. So this is 0.4, and this is also 0.4. So I only need a quarter of it. So what I will do now is that I will divide this 0 to 4, divide into 4 equal parts as we have done here. So I divide this into 4 equal parts. So that is 5 mm each. 5 mm each. Alright, so this is 1. So this is 2. And this is 3. So here we have 4. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I will draw vertical line at each point meeting the curve. So this goes like this goes, and I have this. So this is another method that you can use to construct an isometric circle. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I put my compass at 1 and extend to this point where the vertical line touch the curve. Where the vertical line touch the curve. So put my compass at 1, extend to this point here. Extend to this point. Then I'll put it at 1 here. So I'll make an arc here. So make an arc here. So we also have 1 on this side. I will also make an arc here. Okay, so the next is put it at 2. So extend to where the vertical line touch the curve, and then put it at 2 here. So make an arc here, bring it to 2 here, and you also make an arc here. Then put it at 3, extend to where the vertical line touch the curve, then put it at 3 here. So draw an arc here. So bring it here, draw an arc. So 4 is not needed and 0 is not needed. So this point, we have this point. So we have this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to use, and then I also have this point here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to use my French curve to join the point together. So I'm going to pause the video, I'll come back. I know that you know how to join it together. So having drawn the curve, join the point together with my French curve. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I need to transfer this point. And transfer this point, I will draw a vertical line from this point and also a vertical line from this point down. So what I'm saying is this. So from this point here, draw a vertical line down, and then also draw a vertical line down here. Now if you look at this point here, this point has gone out of this object or this shape or this object. So what you need to do now is that the thickness of this is 10 mm. So you take 10 mm on your ruler. Take 10 mm on your ruler. So take 10 mm like this on your ruler. This is 10 mm. Then put it at this point here and draw an arc on this line. Draw an arc on this line. This is still 10 mm. So I only need an arc on this point. So which is this point here on this line. So then I'm going to use my French curve to join this together. This is it. So I will draw a curve from here. Alright, so there is it. Then we make it thick. So this is it. So this is another method that you can use to draw an isometric circle, as I said. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is that, so this circle that we have here, whose radius is, or whose diameter is 14 mm, whose diameter is 14 mm. So don't forget that the distance from this point to the center of the circle is 25 mm. So that 25 mm, the distance from here to here is 25 mm, and the center is here, because from here to here is 40 mm, and I divided 40 mm into 2. So I have this circle here. So what I'm going to do is that I need to extend this center line, which is where we have 0. So I need to extend it to this side. Okay, So I will extend it. So it comes back forward or backward. Then I'm going to take a measurement of, so the diameter is 14, so the radius is 7 mm. So I will take 7 mm from this point where we have 0. So I'll take 7 mm to this side. So this is 7. So this is 7, and then so from here to here is another 7. Okay, so this is also 7 mm. Then on this I will take 7. So I will take 7. So from here, so this is 7 mm, and from here is also, this is 7 mm. Alright, so I'm going to draw a square. I'm going to draw a square for side 14 mm. So I'm going to construct a square here. So all right. Okay, so this is the square. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is that okay, when I have a small circle on an isometric object like this, what I usually do is that after drawing the circle, the square, I usually use my hand to join the 4 points together. What I mean is this: I've done 2 out of 4. I've drawn from here to here. I've drawn an arc joining this point and this point together, and from here to here I've joined this point and this point together. So the next is that I'm going to join this point together with this point. So by drawing, so it goes like this. I usually draw it like this. So this goes like this. So I usually use my free hand. So because it is small, but if the square is bigger than this, I have to construct it normally. So alright, so I usually use my free hand to do it. So it may not. Okay, so we have this. So this is the circle. This is circle that we have there. So for this one now, done with the upper part. So I can just make this cheek, and then so take this end, and also okay, so I'm done with that part. I also need to make this cheek, and this one can also be done at once. Okay, all right, so the next is the feature that we have here, this thing that we have here. So we are told that from here to here is 4, from here to here is 4. So what I'm going to do is that I will take 4. So from here, so I will take 4 down. So this is 4 mm here. This is 4 mm, and then from here, so I will also take 4 mm down. So and then so for this one, I will transfer this. So this goes, and this also goes to the end like this. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is that, as we have here, from here to here is 10, from here to here is 5, from here to here is 4, and from here to here is another 5, as we have here. So I'm going to take that measurement. So this is 10 mm. This is 10, then we have 5, then we have 4, then we have another 5 here. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is that I'll draw a vertical line down here, and then I'll draw a vertical line here touching the second one, and a vertical line down here touching the second one. Then this will be drawn, so this comes down. Then if you look at what we have in the plan, so this 5 that we have, this 0.5 that we have here, so this one is hidden as shown in the plan. This point is also hidden as shown in the plan. So but this point and this point, they are seen on the plan. So what I'm saying is this. So this point here, I will transfer this point with thick continuous line. It goes backward. So and then this also goes backward. Alright. So what I have here now, so I'll make this thick, and this will also be thickened. Then this point, okay, and then here, and then this turn from here to here. Know that this really take time because I'm explaining. Okay. Alright, so looking at what we have here, so if I'm looking at this object, if I have this object in my presence, so this point here, this point, I will see a line going inward. From this point, it goes inward like this, and then coming to this point too, I will see this point, a line from this point, so it will go inward like this. And then at this point, I will see a line, a vertical line, going down like this. Alright, so that's what we have there. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take the edges, And don't forget that if this happens to be a question you are giving the exam, so you need to be fast. So you need to be fast with the work. It's because I'm explaining. So that is why it takes time. So you have to be fast, but being fast at the same time, you need to be patient so that you not make any mistake. So you need to be patient. At the same time, you have to make sure you put the time given into consideration so that you can finish it and earn your full mark. So you need to practice so you can use the same dimensions that I used. So continue to watch my videos on YouTube, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. So it's important you subscribe so that you can be receiving notification at any time that I upload a new video. So this is the solution to the problem that we are given. So it's as simple as I've shown it here. So I really appreciate your contribution by watching my video on YouTube, and God bless you. Thank you.